الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا محمد النبي الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه الطيبين الطاهرين ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين وبعد. اللهم اجعل جمعنا هذا جمعا مرحوما وتفرقنا من بعده تفرقا ساميا معصوما. اللهم لا تجعل فينا شقيا ولا محروما ولا مطرودا ولا معذبا بنار برحمتك يا عزيز يا غفار. ثم أما بعد. My dear brothers and sisters, على بركة الله, we start our new program, Quran Lovers. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us among those they love the Quran, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala resurrect us with Ahlul Quran. They will call upon them in the day for judgment, recite, Iqra warqa, recite and raised up. كما كنت تقرأ في الدنيا, as the way you were reciting dunya. فإن منزلتك عند آخر آية تقرأها. Your position and your status will be according to the last verse that you recite. And by the way, if you made the intention that you want to memorize the Quran, and you already made the effort, but somehow, you couldn't do that because of debt comes, you continue doing it and try your best. But, subhanallah, Allah akhad amantah, you couldn't do it because there's no more days. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will resurrect you among the hafadh. Why is that? The Prophet said, يُبْعَثُ النَّاسُ عَلَى نِيَّتِهِمْ. Allah will resurrect people according to their intention. So what is your intention today? Just to memorize Al-Baqarah, Kahf, Al-Imran, what surah? Or you want, inshallah, memorize the entire Quran? You want that, inshallah. Put that in your heart. So that, first of all, put that in your heart and aim high. Aim high. In English, they use an expression. They use shoot to the moon, yes? Shoot to the moon. If you miss, you will land among the stars. It doesn't make sense for me. Shoot to the moon. Which one is far? It's far, is the sun, is the stars or the moon? If you don't reach the moon, how come you reach the star? The moon is first, yeah? Shoot to the moon. If you miss, you will land among the stars. It doesn't make sense. It does, eh? No. Whatever. We have verse saying, the Prophet said, إِذَا سَأَلْتُمْ فَاسْأَلُوا الْفِرْدَوْسَ الْأَعْلَى. If you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the highest place in Jannah. Do not say, I just want Jannah. No. If you ask, he said, I want just one Jannah, you might not get it. But you say, I want the highest place in Jannah, you might not get the highest place in Jannah, but at least you'll be in Jannah. If you say, I want to pass the course, you might not pass it. But say, I want to pass with merit. You might not be excellent at it, but there's a high chance that you're going to pass it. So, aim high. Raise the bar high. Yes? So, do not say, I want to just know how to recite or know tajweed or memorize some surahs. Why not? If you could memorize the whole Quran, why not? Is that right? So, aim high. I know some of you, maybe, and their intention, they are not intending, much, because maybe they are doubting their capacity. They are doubting their abilities. They might saying, what? Oh, we're not that capable. They might say we are not that capable to do it. But why they are doubting themselves? I have a student, they say we cannot even memorize half a page. But then, subhanallah, wallahi, those they said we couldn't memorize a page, they were able to memorize more than 10 pages a day. In the beginning, they said, we cannot memorize even half a page, let alone one page. They were able to do 10. So you first, just made the intention, make the intention and make the effort, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala open doors for you. And me as a teacher, what I need from the student, I need the student to have sincerity and patience. So you have to have dedications, to dedicate, and work hard, and have a discipline, and that's all. Actually, I'm not in that favor for those students that were able to memorize the page in 5 minutes. Why? Because those they will recite it 3-4 times and they memorize it. They memorize it quickly, they will forget it quickly. I like the one he struggled to memorize in order to recite maybe 50 times. Because after he will memorize it, it's hard, he will forget it. I compare with the story of the tortoise and the rabbit. Can you imagine, who won the race? Who won the race at the end? Who won the race at the end? Huh? Is that make sense? But why is that? It's torture, yes, you're right. Why is that, please? He distracted and he rely on his ability, kind of laziness. I don't want to do anything. On the last minute, I will do it. He slept. And then it was too late for him to catch up. But the tortoise, what she's doing? She were consistent, working hard. And actually that's a manifestation of the hadith of Rasulullah. When he were asked about the best of the action, what he said? أحب العمل إلى الله أدومه وإن قل. The one is constant even if it was a little. So she doesn't have a big step like myself, maybe I have a little bit bigger step, but the tortoise slowly, but she try, to make it and working hard, and she won the race. So do not say, I don't have ability. No. You do have ability. You have to trust yourself, and inshallah you will make it. Wallahi. I have some students, they memorize the entire Quran in 4 months. And when they started, they didn't know even how to read from Mus'haf. Wallahi. And I have other students, easily they made it in 11 months. Easily, without much effort. So, we will, do our best, bi'idhnillah subhanahu wa ta'ala. First, we try to perfect our recitation and to learn as much as we can from the main rules. And then, inshallah, we'll talk about the memorization and how, you memorize and how you maintain your memorization and all of that. So I've seen, alhamdulillah, a lot of people are registered in the class, brothers and sisters, and some others, with us on Zoom. And I don't know who's going to make it till the end. We're going to copy the example of the tortoise, or who will be following the example of the rabbit. So we will see who will be up to a challenge and not stop. Who will be in there, inshallah? Okay, Quran lovers. When I say Quran lovers, I'd like to hear Jannah seekers. Quran lovers. Quran lovers. Jannah seekers. Bi'idhnillah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we seek in Jannah and highest place in Jannah, bi'idhnillah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Before we start, there are a lot of things that motivating us. Yes, that's why we are here. There's a lot of things motivate us. So, what was your motivation? I'm sure there's a story, there's a hadith, there's an ayah that motivated you. If you ask me what motivated me to sit here I could summarize it in one hadith. The Prophet ﷺ said, من علم آية من كتاب الله كتب له أجرها ما تليت. If you are teaching a verse, just you taught one verse. You had, students and you taught them just one verse. You will get its reward as long as that verse being recited. How many verses in a day you can do? How many pages? How many khatmah? When you're teaching somebody, you will get your reward and their rewards. And the reward of their student and the reward of those they are teaching them. That's something amazing. That's a free reward. That action that you even have not done, but because of the fruit of your action is continue, and that will never stop, you will get the reward of that. And that's why I love to teach Surah Al-Fatiha, especially for those are comfort or revert, you can say, because they're going to recite it at least 17 times a day. So you get the reward of that. So be smart in dealing with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that's one of my motivation. You can say that's why I'm sitting here. What is your motivation? What is your motivation? I want you to think of a hadith. Think of one hadith. Only one hadith. That's the source of your motivation to memorize Quran and to learn Quran and to be among the people of Quran and to love Quran. There's one hadith. And you share that hadith with us in the group. And what we're going to do, inshallah, in next class, hopefully, in Friday, if not Friday, then at maximum, the coming Wednesday, we will have a copy of a book that was done by all of you called Al-Arba'in fi Fadl al-Quran al-Mubin. Al-Arba'in fi Fadl al-Quran al-Mubin. So Arba'in hadith, we want to collect 40 hadiths. Each one of you has a connection to one of those. And all of those, we're going to gather together Arabic and English. And we will be a book that the fruit of it will pass it to others, and you get the reward, and others will get the reward. Is that a nice project? Very easy project. To think of a hadith that's beloved to you, that encourage you to memorize Quran, and to be among the people that seeking the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Can you share with me at this moment, if something came to your mind, if you have a hadith that really motivated you, that you shared with us. I'd like to get some examples from you, brothers and sisters. Any one of you can share with us. Yes, please. Yes, brother. Yes, mashallah. So the best of you, the one he learned Quran and he taught the Quran. Yeah, that's something great. وَخَيْرُكُمْ مَنْ قَرَأَ الْقُرْآنَ وَأَقْرَأَهُ. That's the narration of Sayyidina Uthman radiallahu ta'ala anhu. So, in other words, you want to be among the people of khayriyah, among the best of those, the Prophet ﷺ described. So, that's motivate you. So, it is something great. You reflect upon that hadith. Let's say, taken brother, it's Urwa Duha. Okay, Duha or Urwa? Arwa, maybe Arwa. Go ahead. Yeah, it's the same hadith. That's fine. Same hadith. The brother said. The brother.
Mohamed?
Yes, Shayma. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, Zach.
Go salam.
I want to show the Quran, but just that verse about you get the double reward for the struggle and for the action.
Oh yeah, that's another hadith. Actually, the beginning of it, Al-Mahir bil-Quran ma'a safarat al-kiram al-barara. والذي يقرأ القرآن وهو يتتعتع فيه وهو عليه شاق له أجران. The one who's excellent with the Quran will be among angels. He will be in the level of angels and he will be among them. مع السفرة الكرام البررة. والذي يقرأ القرآن, and the one who recites Quran and he is struggling in recitation of the Quran, he will get double reward. One reward for his recitation and the one reward for his struggle, for his extra effort. So he will be doubled in the reward. But still the first group are higher because they're going to be with angels. There's one of my students, he was reciting and he said, وَالَّذِي يَقْرَأُ الْقُرْآنَ وَهُوَ يَتَتَعْتَعُ. It's hard for him to say it. وَهُوَ يَتَتَعْتَعُ فِي. Say it. وَهُوَ يَتَتَعْتَعُ. Say it. يَتَتَعْتَعُ. No, say it again. يَتَتَعْتَعُ. Yes. يَتَتَعْتَعُ. He's struggling, it's struggling. Hard for him. So he couldn't say it. That's he couldn't say it. I said, you know what? Do not worry. You're among them. You're among those ones. There's another student was reciting, and he recited the Surah Al-Kahf, and asked the Sheikh, can I recite? The Sheikh later on. Can I recite? It's okay later on. Okay, he recited at the beginning of Surah, and the Sheikh stopped him. Said, this is how you usually recite? Yes. He said, I recite this Surah every Friday, walhamdulillah. He said, no, you should say astaghfirullah. This is recitation. You should say astaghfirullah. But you know what? If you are trying your best and seeking right means, don't have to worry. Some people, they have misconception. They don't recite in Quran because they said, I am afraid to do a mistake. No. Recite, do mistake, no problem. But try your means. Try to follow a tape, or go for Halaqa, or ask your friend to listen to you, Try your effort. Do not stop just because you struggle. That's not right. So you should try and try. How you would learn if you don't try? So do not give up and do not stop. Quran lovers, Jannah seekers. What happened? SubhanAllah, you're sleeping. Okay. Another person, another example. Some of you raised his hand. He said, there's a hadith motivate him or her. Brother? None of you? Yes, Akram. Yes. أهل القرآن وخاصتهم أهل الله وخاصته. Yes. That's great. إن لله أهلين من الناس. قيل ومنهم يا رسول الله قال أهل القرآن هم أهل الله وخاصته. هم أهل الله وخاصته. Think of this. They're the chosen one. Do you think it's a blessing can be given to any person? No. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will choose who will put the Quran in their hearts. I mean, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us among them. It's not only just to say it by your mouth and not reflect upon that in your actions. Okay? So that's something, great. Last, one brother and one sister that will share with us, they're taught. What's hadith that motivated you? Think of hadith. Yes, brother. Your name? Ahmed? Ahmed Ali. Yes, brother. الله ما شاء الله مثل المؤمن الذي يقرأ القرآن والذي لا يقرأ القرآن مثل الحي والميت. Yes, the example of the one who recited the Quran and the one he didn't, and both of them are believers, as Rasul said. The example of the believer, the one who recited the Quran, and the one he didn't, like the example of the living one and the dead one. So the comparison between the one who recited the Quran and the one he didn't, like the one he's living and the one he's dead. So if you want to revive your heart, there's no way except the Quran. This is the way how you revive, your heart. Because the one who's not reciting the Quran, it's like a dead person. There's no meaning for his life. So that's another hadith. It's a beautiful hadith. Can you, each one of you, please, I want you to think of a hadith and then share it with us. It doesn't matter even if somebody mentioned the same hadith, that's fine. That actually will give us an idea that's hadith is kind of related to many of you. So that will be given priority to be among those 40 hadith. What we said, the Al-Arba'in في فضل القرآن المبين. You know why it's Arba'in? Because there are many hadith about the greatness of collecting 40 hadiths. You know? So we collect 40 hadith about فضل القرآن. And وفضل كلام الله على سائر الكلام كفضل الله على خلقه. Allah. Wallahi, there is no other word above the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, when I'm talking to you, I want to motivate you because what's my duty? My duty is just to motivate you. I'm not going to open your head and put the Quran there. Motivate you, give you some skills, some tips, and tricks, some of the point, and you will, try your best. And I want you not to be like me, to be better than me. There are two, I prefer that you be better than me, my student and my son. I'll be happy if somebody, became excellent and doing, mashallah, and especially with his Quran and his Qira'at. So this program, it will be just, as a start with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And first of all, we need to purify our intention and just make it for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sincerity is a necessity. Sincerity is a necessity. So we need to be sincere why we are seeking Quran, for what purpose. You know why? Because among the three people that will be first admitted to hellfire, the one who recites the Quran and is not practicing Quran in his life. And he recited the Quran just for people, they will say he's حافظ. والنية تجعل لوجه الله خالصة إن البناء بدون الأصل لم يقوم. والنية تجعل لوجه الله خالصة إن البناء بدون الأصل لم يقوم. ومن يكن ليقول الناس يطلبه أخسر بصفقته في موقف الندم. Listen again. والنية تجعل لوجه الله خالصة إن البناء بدون الأصل لم يقم. ومن يكن ليقول الناس يطلبه أخسر بصفقته في موقف الندم. So the one he just seeking Quran because he want to show off, or just for people to seek their pleasure, he will blame nobody except himself at that day. So it's very important that we learn Quran just for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وعالم بعلمه لم يعملن معذب من قبل عباد الوثن. Let's profile our intention and remember that the Prophet ﷺ made it clear for us. من تعلم القرآن وتعلم العلم ليكاتر به السفهاء أو يفاخر به العلماء أو يصرف وجوه الناس إليه فليتبوأ مقعده من النار. You're seeking knowledge just for show off, or people to point to you that said he's a alim, he's a scholar, then that person as if he's reserving his spot in hellfire. I'm reminding myself and you, my dear brothers and sisters, that to profile our intention from the beginning. And always, try our best. What's the problem? That we start with the pure intention, but we could not keep it on a track. It start flipping. This is the problem. Because where is the place of the intention? In the heart. In Arabic, what they call the heart? Qalb. Why is qalb? Because of flip. Qalb. Qalaba. Flip. So quickly change. So I'm sure we do have clear intention and pure intention at the beginning. But we want to keep that forever. So let's remind ourselves always that sincerity is a necessity. May Allah bless all of you. Some of the sisters wrote some ahadith in there in the comment. We'll look at that again. next time. But that's motivate you. If any one of you want to share with us, please go ahead. Okay.
Imam Mohamed, is it true that you can intercede for 10 people if you're like memorize the Quran?
70. 70, they are not even your family. In the hadith. وإن كتاب الله أوثق شافع وأغنى غناء واهبا متفضلا. So in the hadith, Al-Quran shafi'un mushaffa'un. So the Quran will be himself the intercessor for you. And because of the Quran, you are going to be the intercessor for others. So there is other shafa'ah for those that people of Quran, Allah will give to them to give it, to others. Yes. So we'll ask you, inshallah, at that day, do not forget about me. So again, وَإِنَّ كِتَابَ اللَّهِ أَوْثَقُ شَافِعٍ وَأَغْنَى غَنَاءٍ وَاهِبًا مُتَفَضِّلًا. So this is one of the rahmah and one of the blessing of Quran, of Kitabullah. It's the time for adhan. So we'll stop at this point and we'll come after salah. We'll pray at 8:46, and count 10 minutes, and then or you can open your Zoom after. Or you want to stay on